Hey y'all. Hey y'all, what's going on? Make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that like button. So yesterday I was supposed to do a live at 9 p.m. Standard Time. Excuse my French, I got tongue tied. However, I was beat. I was so tired, so I just rescheduled. I definitely will be going live at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so we can talk about everything that's been going on. It's a lot of craziness going on. There's some things I want to show you guys. Just make sure as y'all come into the live that you hit the like or the dislike button and we can begin. Um yesterday it was quite an interesting day for me and I just decided to end early. All it does is make me have more work to do the next day, but that's okay. Because then, on my laid back days like Sundays, I can share the information with you. So just like I kind of sort of figured out, and like I said, as y'all come in here, I got something I want to show you. So just make sure y'all hit the like button. But as I wait for y'all to come in, I want to just share something with you really quickly. So just like I suspected, trying to give Carlos the benefit of the doubt with the situation with Jaidyn and Chrisean Rock. I did see a video that I did not bother to listen to, but it was in regards to Carlissa being mad at Jaidyn. And the reason, going forward today with this still dragging, it was in regards to Carlissa allegedly saying that Jaidyn Alexis had forgave Jiggy and Krishan. If that is even any truth to it, which I would think would be a humbling situation on Jaden's part, considering that she was a family with Blueface, and Blueface allowed that family to be broken up because of his cheating. Now he's been cheating on Jalen for a long time. This is not no new situation with Chrisean Rock. The reason why it's a big deal is because nobody wants to get cheated on, first and foremost, and also because of who Chrisean Rock is. But other than that, people go through these same situations in real life. Now, let me just say to you that if there's any truth that Jalen and Chrisean Rock are at least being mutual associates in regards to the kids, I think that's very humbling of them. I'm trying to just give them credit that they did that on their own. However, Blueface does play a big role in a lot of the decisions that are made on a daily basis with this circus. So we all know he's getting out soon. We're starting to see that behaviors are changing. We're starting to also see Chrisean Rock be more willing to get back online. And Blueface is not here yet, but she's sharing, once a month when her supporters send her gifts for Junior. She's showing those, beautiful gifts that the supporters are giving her. Jaidyn Alexis, she's also coming onto social media, and whenever she gets ready, she throws her shots, you know, those kind of shots that you got to read between the lines what she's saying, but we pretty much know what she's saying because for the most part she doesn't say much, but she definitely is trying to get a message across. Now, let me just say something plain devil's advocate, like I said, as I wait for y'all to come in here. Now, taking up for Jaden in this situation, nobody really talks badly about her. We usually always rooting for Chrisean Rock because Chrisean Rock gets kind of sort of the short end of the stick, and a lot of people don't like Chrisean Rock as a whole, and they don't like her parenting skills and just everything about Chrisean, which is a unfortunate situation. However, we have to understand that Jaden has the right to be mad at the situation of not only Chrisean Rock, but anyone even from the past who has dealt with Blueface, knowing, I said knowing, that he has a full family. Now he's a public figure. I don't see how it's not known who he is and what his lifestyle is, and how hard it would be for someone like Blueface to keep a secret if he was cheating, because of the paparazzi at all times trying to capture photos and audio videos, of the stars out and about doing their 1 2 1 2. Now we always are surprised, even if you're the paparazzi and that's your job to shoot pictures or film things that our stars are doing on a daily basis. You still can be surprised when you see a man out with another woman, very comfortable and very, seductive with it. And it doesn't seem to be like Jaidyn on his arm. And that's supposed to be the childhood sweetheart, the woman of his dreams in his life that he had the 2 kids from, who was there sleeping in a car with Blueface when they didn't have anything. She was with him when he didn't have anything. Now he comes along, he blows up in and around the end of 2017, the beginning of 2018. He gets signed to Wack 100. He's larger than life. Then he has all these groupies around him. It's different than when he was in college playing football and girls had a crush on him. Now people are having a crush on him, not even because of him, it's because of the money that they think that he has. And now people are trying to get pregnant by him. People are trying to put them in themselves in situations where they can expose him. And even if they're not going to be with Blueface, they can at least get a name for themselves, grow their following, and blow up. Whether they're going to be singers, rappers, Instagram models, do promotionals for big, large blue chip companies and blow up that way. Whether they have no talent at all and somebody will come along and want to be their manager and build them from the ground up and make them into a personality, they'll do anything, any means necessary. That seems like to be the style today, to use someone else to get clout. And Jaidyn Alexis has to be mad. If she wasn't mad, I would think she wasn't human. Seeing that she was there when he didn't have anything, wasn't looking for anything from Blueface because he didn't have anything. And then now, it's got to be disheartening when the side chick, who's Chrisean Rock at the present time, is in everyone's mouth, even Ray J's mouth. Everyone's trying to do deals with her and Blueface, or by themselves, Chrisean Rock or Blueface, because they're like the Bonnie and Clyde, the young version of making money online, like the Beyonce and Jay-Z, where once those two power couples are together, everyone pays attention. Everybody wants to sign them, like I said, for promotional deals. They want to put them on record labels and so forth and so on, because they're popping right now in social media. And you never hear about Jaidyn Alexis. So it's not fair. It's really not fair. And I think that she's doing better than the average person. Speaking for myself, I think that I would be very bitter. I think that I would not be as silent as she is. And her being so young as she is, and me saying this at the age that I am, I think that sometimes we need to give her a little bit more credit than she gets. Not trying to say we should stop supporting Chrisean Rock, but we should understand that even if she once in a while has her moments and she throws shots, that she has been through a lot with Blueface, and we have to understand that. Now, I I seen it was interestingly brought to my attention, like a lot of stuff that Blue Rock TV puts out. Shout out to Blue Rock TV. Now I got to make sure that I put Blue Rock's link, and I have to make sure it's in even this live here at the top of the description box, where to go follow him on IG and YouTube. Is very important for me to show credits to a lot of my videos where I'm using some of their content. But the question I want to ask, I'm real interested in hearing how people think about it. I already have the answer to it, but you'll be surprised. Um, what people will say, especially when they're taking sides. Sometimes we can say things that we look back at and say, "Why did I say that?" Because it's really embarrassing. Some you know, how we think of these people when we're taking these sides, and some of the comments that we make when asked a question, such as, "Does body count?" I mean, body count, count with Blueface, and the answer with me would be no. And I don't think it never has, because first and foremost, he has to look at himself and look at his own body count. He's quick to call Chrisean all kind of names when he's mad. He's quick to expose the girl. This is why a lot of her past is following her, because soon as Blueface gets mad, he's ready to go on a smear campaign and discredit her, because he thinks every time they break up, and is probably in his mind, only in his mind only, he thinks that they're not going to be back together. So he tries to sabotage her. That's what a lot of men can do to women when they feel as though they built them up to a certain status, like Blueface, I feel, in my opinion, has built Chrisean Rock up. They feel like, oh, I can build you up just to drag you all the way down. And if we end up back together, so be it, build you back up just to drag you back down. But I think that he dragged himself down in the process of bringing Chrisean Rock up, and he wasn't focusing on his own career. And this is how he's in the situation that he's in right now, where when he gets out, he has no other choice in the matter but to work. I mean, he's gonna obviously um capitalize off of his toxic behavior, his toxic relationships that he purposely makes toxic for social media, so forth and so on, because he knows that that is where the money's at, is with the drama. And it's free drama to the public, where they don't have to pay a Zeus network or a Tronic network or a Love and Hip Hop channel on BET or something like that, or Oxygen channel, where you have to pay a subscription to subscribe to seeing the drama. It's free. They're willing participants. When they get mad at each other, just like people do behind closed doors, they share their dirt on what each other is doing to one another. And it's really unfortunate, but that's just the harsh reality of the whole situation. And I honestly think, and I'm going to keep saying it, I don't think that nothing's going to change about this situation. I don't think that Blueface is capable of being that mature to look at body count, for an example, getting back onto the topic, who, how many men Chrisean had, or how many men Jaidyn had. They're allegedly saying that he has been with Jaidyn and Jaidyn only, and Chrisean has been with many men. But I don't think that body count means anything, because if that was the case, you would hear about Jaidyn Alexis and Blueface and them being a family, and him being that dude, rather than him being that dude only when you talk about Chrisean Rock and Blueface. I think that Chrisean Rock honestly makes Blueface who he is. He knows that. I think he's angry about it to a certain point when he gets in his feelings, because he's human. There are times that he's proud of the fact that he's associated and knows Chrisean Rock and has a baby from Chrisean Rock. So it's kind of like a clout thing for him as well. Even though he's gonna still make it seem like the clout is him. The clout may have started from Blueface, but ultimately the star of the show is Chrisean Rock. And I don't think Blueface thought in a million years that was gonna happen, and it did. Um, I am excited to see some of what's to come with Blueface and Chrisean. I can't say I'm excited to see what's gonna happen with Blueface and Jaidyn Alexis, only because the media doesn't pair them together, even though we do acknowledge that they were a family. And we do acknowledge from time to time that Chrisean came along and broke that happy family up. Hey, Cancer 66, how you doing? You the first one into the live. How you doing, sweetie? Happy Sunday. Hope your weekend was blessed. But I hope that going forward, I think, I know this is business, so it's not about feeling bad for somebody, but I hope that they give Jaidyn, the spotlight as well. Put her on a reality show. Maybe give her a reality show with Blueface and her family, her two kids, and let's see. Well, it's gonna be just like Chrisean Rock and Blueface. They're gonna have times where he's gonna be in that show if she ever gets one, Jaidyn Alexis, and he's gonna be picking fights so he can be over there with Chrisean Rock. I'm quite sure they'd film that too, would be in the contract. And people just don't see outside the box that everybody can eat, everybody can be happy, everybody can be included, but that just goes to show how demonic social media is and how they don't look at the big picture of the people that you leave out or you trash talk or you look down on. Even though Chrisean Rock is the one that was the third wheel, she came around in what, 2000, and they've been together for 4 years, but Jaden's been there for what, 10 plus years. Hey, Carmen. Hello, sweetie. Second one into the live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Make sure y'all hit that like button. But it's just really, it's baffling to me how one man can brainwash women, not just Jaidyn Alexis or Chrisean Rock. We heard Bonnie Lachey, I've heard her say it at least on interviews, that she'll take at this point Blueface any way she can get him. And it's sad because they're so young. These are not like Krugers that are just thirsty, they're lonely. All their loved ones around them have passed away. Maybe they're a widow and they just want to have some type of companionship. We're talking about young girls who, you know, you can literally say to them, there's plenty of fish out there in the sea, and you can find another if he don't want to be with you, that type of thing. And these people are just literally still trying to hang on to one man, and he can only give you but so much. I mean, he's not Superman. He ain't got no kryptonite. I don't know what he's selling, but whatever he's selling, he needs to get a refund for it, because there's no way humanly possible he's going to be able to satisfy all these women that he runs around with. I don't think he has any chance at making any of these women happy but himself. And I think that Blueface is not happy with himself. This is why he cheats. This is why he flip flops. This is why he's with Jaidyn Alexis when it's at his convenience. Like when he went to jail, he conveniently made sure all his worldly possessions allegedly were kept with Jaidyn and Wack 100, but he kept Chrisean Rock hostage in the house by her being a willing participant. Let's disclaimer. I'm not saying that Blueface is holding Chrisean Rock hostage. Chrisean is in the house and away from the public and social media and doing her appearances here and there because she chooses to listen to a man. So we cannot fault Blueface for that. And we can't fault Chrisean Rock for that as well, because that's the life that she chose to live. So we can't knock her for it. But there is a lot of things that are gonna happen. I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna keep saying it. You guys are gonna get mad at me saying it, but I just hope that Chrisean Rock keeps that same energy. And what I mean by same energy is she hasn't been going public lately. I'm quite sure there's been triggering things that Blueface has been saying is close to him getting out of jail. And as that time gets closer and near, sometimes we just get agitated because we just want to be out. I'm quite sure he hears from Wack 100 what social media is saying about him and why he's in jail. Wack has remained true to what he felt, and that was where he stands with why Blueface is in jail. He's not blaming Blueface for why Blueface is in jail by saying Blueface put himself in jail. He's blaming, saying that the women in his life is who put him in jail. And it's really sad that Wack 100 is feeding that information to Blueface, because Blueface looks up to Wack 100, believe it or not. A lot of people I have heard said in the community, oh, he's sick of Blueface and so on and so forth. No, he's not, because he knows whether Blueface is with Chrisean Rock or Jaidyn Alexis, he's gonna co-sign whatever's being done because it's his bag, it's one of his livelihoods, it's one of his income streams for Wack 100, to be in the best interest of Blueface and Blueface only, because Blueface at one point in time was bringing in a bag. It says, and I think these two are in competition with each other, and that's why they stay with him, hoping that they outdo the other. He's going to go back to his first BM. You think so? Yeah, we got to see though. And Odyssey, that's funny you say that, because there's no disrespect to you. This is just generally speaking, so I don't want you to think by you saying what you just said I'm talking about you. I'm just saying in general. I'm wondering how many people that are saying that he's going back to Jaidyn. Now, see, in all actuality, it would be the moral thing to do, to go back to the one that you hurt, that was there for you when you had nothing. Jaidyn was there when he was not a millionaire, when he didn't have all the girls, when people didn't know who Blueface was. He was just in college, well, high school. They met from high school. Then he went to college, played a little football, had a little popularity, and then he went off into Hollywood, and then he blew up. But she was there living in a car. They both was homeless. She chose to be homeless with him because her mother, according to what Jaidyn Alexis has said, the mother would not let them stay in the house, or sometimes she'd let them stay there and sometimes she wouldn't. So basically they were homeless. But I did this with Nature Boy. A lot of people ride it on one side and one side only, and it was always Velvet. She was a chiefess. She was like Jaidyn is to Blueface, and he didn't end up with he ended up in jail for the rest of his life. Nature Boy did, but that's neither here nor there. But he didn't end up with Velvet, and Velvet, the one everyone thought that he was going to end up with, was bitter. So she helped put him where he's at today, with her getting up on the stand and saying some of the stuff that he was doing that she was a part of, just because she was in love with Blueface. I mean, with Nature Boy. She went along with the program just to keep him, and she didn't even end up with him in the long run. The person that ended up with him was Malia. She's still with him even though he's locked up. Boy, oh boy, it's a mess. That's why it's not a thing of me taking sides, because I'm afraid that if I take one side, I'm gonna look stupid. Because how can I look stupid when who am I? I'm a viewer just like you. I just do my due diligence and put the puzzle together, and I tell you what's going on in the present time. But ultimately, just because I do commentary on these people in the circus, Blueface, Jaidyn Alexis, and Chrisean Rock, doesn't mean I know them. And I don't pretend to know them either. So we just have to really stay tuned to see what's going to happen. Now, what side am I on? I'm on the right side. The right side would be for him to be there for somebody who was there for him when he didn't have anything, because that's what I would want a man to do for me. If I was with you when you had nothing, and I held you down when you were broke, and I was broke with you, and I was homeless with you, I had 2 kids from you, I would say, after all of what you did to me, all the running around that you did on me, that you would at least, you may not be in love with me, but you love me enough to stay with me and your family, and still go get your money, still be the man that you are, but always put me first, make me feel like I'm first. But not only that, because the most important thing is that she knows that, Jaidyn Alexis, but also make me feel like I'm first in the public's eyes. And I don't think that Blueface is honoring her like that. And that's where I feel as though he betrayed her. Now, is there any you know, uh loyalty between Chrisean Rock and Blueface? Absolutely not. Because if Blueface has not sat with himself in jail and said, I'm tired of being this Blueface that everyone portrays me to be, which is kind of a demonic character, someone that only's for self, he's gonna get out, and this is only on pause. And when he gets off of somebody controlling when he eats, when he goes to the bathroom, he's gonna go back to the same person that he is. What happened with the other girl that was claiming she was pregnant? I can't think of her name. Bonnie Lachey. Yeah, you're not gonna hear too much from Bonnie Lachey because when you come along as a person with all these claims and they're already from the gate considered false allegations, you never have receipts and you claim to be pregnant, which at this point, and I could be wrong, I could be absolutely wrong. This could be why she's being quiet. Who knows, playing devil's advocate. But if Bonnie Lachey was in fact pregnant and showing and going through the morning sickness and all this stuff that she was claiming at the beginning, we would hear more from her. I think that if she isn't pregnant, I think the reason why we don't see is because that was the wrong avenue to take. That was the wrong option she should have took, was the pregnancy thing to get the attention of the fans. You know what I'm saying? I think that she should have said everything else she was saying, but when she said she was pregnant, people were gonna hold her to it. And like, how are you gonna clean that up and answer the question whether or not you were pregnant by Blueface, you know, 4 months from now, still be around every single day? You're gonna start the show, right? Weight gain and so forth and so on. And then when that doesn't happen, people are gonna definitely say everything you were saying was a fraud. No, she's not on anything. I don't think you're wrong at all. Yeah. So, but see, we can't just hold Bonnie Lachey accountable because they all have lied. They've all have done things, to cover their own self. And like I said, sometime when Blueface get mad, he'll be the first one to come out and expose it. So we all know that none of them are far, from innocent. They all have their times where they deceit and deceive the public just to get what they want. And it's all thanks to Blueface. He's caused this whole chaos. But I also think, Carlissa, and this is no disrespect to Carlissa as a mother, um, there were things that were missing that maybe in her mind when she tells a story that she doesn't realize that wasn't there in her parenting. And Blueface grew up unhappy and angry, and he took it out on women going forward because of that. And I think that that's unfortunate because only one suffering in the long run is the families that he makes going forward with either Jaidyn Alexis or Chrisean Rock. Chrisean Rock just said recently when she was opening up gifts for Junior's 7th month birthday that she was having more kids. So if you're gonna have kids with a man like this going forward, and he hasn't changed any, it's not good because kids are like sponges and they pick up everything that they see, and then they grow up thinking that life is that way, and then they end up doing the things that they see their parents doing to other people. So I want to share this recap video. I've been here long enough. I don't know how long I'm going to stay on here. I am going to go live today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but I did miss yesterday's 9 o'clock live because I was tired, which made double work for me, which is okay. However, I want to do a recap video on what I did find out. It was confirmed through Blue Rock TV that allegedly Carlissa is mad at Jaidyn. And I kind of top of the description bar. And I kind of am not surprised that she is, because I knew, even though it was a nice thing for her to do, which is to I guess I felt like it was like a heart to heart moment, maybe with herself and with her audience, that she just say what was on her heart and stop being mean grandma. And I thought it was from her heart and not from trying to make somebody mad, which was, I think, in my opinion, now that not even 24 hours later, we find out she allegedly has some smoke with Jaidyn, and she's mad that Jaidyn apologized and forgave, or even if she didn't apologize, she forgave Chrisean Rock and Jiggy for what I guess Jiggy and Chrisean Rock did to her relationship with Blueface, but didn't forgive Carlissa. So I think that could have been the driving factor to why Carlissa was in her feelings, day before yesterday, not yesterday, and said what she said, using Junior as, you know, a way to get attention to the audience to get back at Jaidyn Alexis. Now let's listen to this commentary I did earlier today. Box link where to go find all of their social media handles. Yesterday I did in fact bring up how I thought it was really nice of Carlissa to acknowledge the fact that Junior was her grandbaby, and she expressed why she felt that Junior was her grandbaby. And I thought, looking forward, maybe this would be the key to, peace, harmony, and happiness. And even if you guys don't agree to disagree, that they would get along on behalf of the grandbabies. However, I did see, like I had mentioned in my live, that I did see a video that I did not inquire about, but the title was pretty much talking about how Alyssa at this time was mad at Jaidyn. So upon doing some further research, reliable source that I go to from time to time to get information, Carlissa seems to have an issue with Jaidyn, and it reads, Carlissa seemed pressed about Jaidyn. Fake and phony. You forgave Jiggy and Rock before you forgave me. Blue Rock TV went along to also add, Carlissa, Blueface's mom, went live yesterday on a rant about everyone, and during the rant, Carlissa seems to admit that she feels a bit pressed that Jaidyn did not forgive her, but she forgave Jiggy and Chrisean Rock. Carlissa did not hold back how she felt about the situation and continued to be messy by calling Jaden's action fake and phony, etc. When will Carlissa be able to control her outbursts? So hopefully one day soon she may be able to meet her grandbaby's hot sip tea. So, I didn't want to really jump into conclusions when I saw the thumbnail in the video of another channel holder who made mention of Carlissa being mad at Jaidyn because I didn't watch the video. But when I saw this post, it kind of put two and two together of what I had thought prior to even looking at the video, that it was some sort of beef then brewing between Jaidyn Alexis and Carlissa. That could have been one of the main factors of why she acknowledged Junior pretty much without saying that Junior was her grandson, because she was trying to get back at Jaidyn Alexis. But at the time, and I'm still going to say at the time, and even now, that these are just my assumptions. This is my opinion, but it seems like something is going on between Jaidyn Alexis and Carlissa, and it has been since we all have been hearing about the circus. Always an issue with Blueface's baby's mama and Carlissa and the back and forth. Now, I feel as though if Carlissa moving forward in 2024 and in the future, is going to have any kind of relations with her son first and foremost, because that is her son, and anything that her son has created, she's going to have to show some sort of reserved, respectful way about going things and not bringing certain things onto social media, because it can be blown out of proportion in a lot of ways, and it can also paint a light as her being a very demonic person. Now, I don't know if there's any truth to Jaidyn Alexis forgiving Sean Rock. Chrisean Rock has not went public about the situation, and the reason why I feel as though she's being quiet is we all know that Face and her are trying to work things out, and she's trying to not be so messy up here on social media, which is very respectable, situation for Chrisean to pick for herself if she's trying to grow into a young lady who is a better mother to Junior, and also being business savvy. She cannot focus herself with negativity, because a lot of times when people, they might have things going on for themselves, but they can also stir up drama because they want to distract you from things that are probably larger than life, bigger than what they're doing, and they want people to feel as though, oh, that person, like in this case, Chrisean Rock, has not changed. Now, what Jaidyn Alexis forgave Jiggy or Chrisean Rock is unclear. I will further let you know when I find out what was forgiven of Jaidyn Alexis for Jiggy and Chrisean Rock. I was under the impression that Jiggy was like the sister wife a while ago before Chrisean came into the picture, like in a mutual agreement. I did see on a video, it was an interview that Carlissa did, and she mentioned how they didn't like girls and they had a relationship before where there was a woman that was in the picture, and assuming it was Jiggy was no longer in the picture at the time of the conversation. I don't know how they had a fallout, and I'm not going to get into it because even as commentators, we don't know everything that goes on behind closed doors or how relationships end. And Jaidyn being so private, or more private than Chrisean Rock, her life and what she's going through, even though we know what she's going through because we see it every day on social media, wasn't spoke about that I know of. And if it was, put in the comment section of what you heard of that breakup between Jiggy, Blueface, and Jaidyn Alexis. However, we know at this present time they are no longer in no sort of a three-way situation where of course Blueface is getting the best of both worlds. Jaden at that time was getting what she liked because she was able to be with Blueface and with her sister wife is what I would call her. I don't know if Jaden was calling her a sister wife at the time, but that's how I'm referring to it. But I just think that going forward, Carlissa needs to tread lightly and stop all of this BS that she's doing up here on social media because it doesn't add up to nothing. It's not gonna put a bag in her pockets. It's gonna paint her in a bitter light. It's also going to have people that are haters or congratulators. I don't care to both parties, Jaden Alexis or Chrisean Rock, looking at them as sneaky and conniving. And if they did in fact make amends and they're looking at it, if people are saying that she forgave, Chrisean Rock and Jiggy, I would think as a woman, she forgave them for messing with Blueface, even knowing that Jaden had a family with Blueface. And she's starting to realize as a young lady that it's not no one's fault but Blueface for putting them in the situation. It is ultimately the women's fault that kept dealing with them or still deal with them in the present time, like Chrisean Rock is doing, because now you know of the situation, you know how it caused the people around you and and the people that support her, but she chooses to ride it out to see how it can be with her and Blueface, and she's not going to let that go. Is what I assume until she sees if it's going to work out. We all just got to play this by ear, and we also have to tread lightly when we listen to a lot of what Carlissa says because sometimes when we have a lot of hate in our heart. We do try to, so we're not painted in a bad light. Pretend to people, pass off to people that we have forgiven, and we see the light at the end of the tunnel, and the things that she may have did, her actions, and things that she may have said out of her mouth. Carlissa, she wants people to forgive her, but deep in her heart, she really doesn't care if people forgive her. She really doesn't care if she makes amends, really doesn't care if going forward there's no more drama and mayhem. And this could ultimately be just setting someone up for something to happen that we always expect from Carlissa, and that's for her to keep up drama and mayhem. And in some cases, false allegations and smear campaigns on people because of how she is feeling inside about the whole situation. But it ultimately is the decision she has to make with her son and point the fingers with her son and make a better relationship with her son in order for her to make a better relationship. Chrisean Rock and Jaidyn Alexis, once she gets that together, the relationship she needs to have a Blueface, everything's gonna fall apart. I think that he is waiting for his mother to change, and then change will come. So I was wishing the best for the situation. I know that if Carlissa was being a better person, that it would have worked its way out. She is the matriarch of her family, and I feel like if she set by example positivity and like a change of heart, especially when it comes to people that are not here, that are here and they can't defend themselves, like Junior. And, she was thinking and talking with her fans and supporters, and, having to change her heart, which I thought that it was going towards. I think that she would have been better off, but that doesn't seem to be happening. I love your work, but I have to go now. Please enjoy the rest of your day and stay safe. Thank you so much for attending the live. I'm about to get off as well. Thank you so much. Make sure you guys leave a like or dislike on this video. I will be going live today at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we have a lot more that we need to cover. I'm kind of sort of just filling in from last night when I was supposed to go live at 9 a.m. I mean 9 p.m. Sorry, last night I was so tired I didn't go, but we definitely, it won't be at 9, but until I can get back to that 9 o'clock time, which is a sweet spot for everyone. Everyone seems to tune in at that time at 9. I'm going to go live today at 7 p.m. There's so much more I need to discuss. Make sure your notification bell is on with the option all, so when I go live, you are the first one to watch. And also, again, make sure you hit that like button on the way in or the way out. Dislikes are approved. Love y'all. Stay blessed, and I'm out.